Warning, you perform a ritual. Maybe you bend the hips. Maybe you call the names. Maybe someone, a friend, told you what to do and you did it. And then things got worse. Your business suffered. Your relationship fractured. Your health weakened. Or a heavy suffocating feeling settled over your home that was not there before. What if I told you that was not the ritual failing? That was the ritual backfire. In our ancestral tradition, there is a name for this. When a powerful force called upon incorrectly, it turns its energy against the one who invoked it. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why this happened. The 3 mistakes that cause a protective rituals to reverse its own power. And how your ancestors right now are trying to warn you before it goes further. Let's get one thing straight. In the tradition of Ewe and Ga ancestors, and across West Africa, protective rituals are not wishes. They are not prayers sent into an empty sky. They are contracts, agreement entered into with specific spiritual forces. Forces that have names, forces that have requirements, forces that have memory. The modern world call it manifestation. Our ancestors knew it as covenant. And when you enter a covenant, even unknowingly, without understanding, without getting the terms, the forces does not disappear. It does not forgive and forget. Rather, it collects. Today, whether you are on the street of Accra, West Africa, the diaspora, this knowledge would be the differences between restoration and further destruction. Before I reveal the 3 warnings, stay with me. Because the 3rd warning, the one most people never hear, is the reason why even practitioners sometimes find themselves trapped. I will get there. Do not leave. Warning number 1. You call the force without a clean vessel. You understand? In our tradition, before you invite any spiritual force into your space, your body and your bloodline vessel must be prepared. A broken pot cannot hold water. A spiritual unclean body cannot hold protection. What does unclean mean? It doesn't mean death. It means carrying unresolved ancestral obligations, unconfessed betrayals that your spirit, even with your mouth, has forgotten. But it carries it. When you perform a protective rituals in this state, you do not attract protection. You attract attention. Our ancestors knew this. That is why every protective ceremony in Ewe and Gan tradition begins with confession, acknowledgement, purification before the forces. Warning number 2. You use someone else's ritual. Listen carefully. Ritual is not universal. Ritual built for someone in Accra, in Lagos, in Atlanta, carried in the blood of their ancestors, does not mean automatically it will work for you. Ritual is personal. It is ancestral and it is specific. When you copy ritual from the internet, from a stranger, from a channel with no lineage in your tradition, especially, or for instance, if I'm a Ghan, my tradition is different from somebody in Yoruba. You are performing imitation. And the spirits, they know the differences. Here is how you know that this has happened to you. The results were immediate, but then reversed. You felt something for 3 days, maybe 5, and then collapse other than before. That is not bad luck. How does an ancient force know the differences? Because it remembers the one who established the original covenant. And you are not that person. This is why in our tradition, rituals are passed, not copied. From elders to students, from grandparent to grandchild, from priest to initiate. Warning number 3. And this is the one most people never hear. You perform the ritual, but you broke the container. Every ritual has a container. A secret period after the ceremony during which the covenant is being sealed. 7 days, sometimes 14, sometimes 21 days. During this, there are things you must not do. You must not speak of the rituals to unbelievers. You must not engage in conflict. You must not return to the very behavior the rituals was meant to protect you from. Most people break the container within 48 hours. They perform the rituals on Monday, and Wednesday, they are back in the same argument, the same toxic relationship, the same fearful mindset, and they wonder why nothing changed. The force did not fail. You open the vessel and let it out. Now, here is the warning gate. The restoration path I am about to share with you will not work if you have broken all 3 these conditions repeatedly. If you are spiritually depth in several, if you have used multiple unverified rituals, if you have been performing protection work without proper guidance, what you need first is not another ritual. What you need is a full ancestral consultation and a deep cleansing before anything else. You cannot build a new wall on a cracked foundation. If you feel this energy today, if something I have said has named what you are experiencing, comment below. Let me know you are here. And if this channel has brought you knowledge, subscribe to African Ancestral Wisdom. Every week, I bring you the deep knowledge your elders carried. A woman in our community, I will not mention her name, came to me after performing a ritual she found online. She had followed every step exactly as shown. Within 1 week, 3 things she had worked years to build began to collapse simultaneously. When we sat together and looked at what had happened, the signs were clear. She had entered a covenant meant for a different lineage. The forces had come, found no contract to recognize, and taken instead what it was owned by imitation. After proper consultation, after ancestral cleansing, re-establishing her own lineage protective practice, within 2 weeks, the situation began to stabilize. The diaspora is not a place of lack, but you must carry your roots with you. The correct roots, not borrowed ones. Here is how you begin to restore what has been disrupted. This is not a replacement for proper consultation, but it is how you signal to your ancestors that you are ready to return to the right relationship. For 7 consecutive mornings, begin at dawn. You will do the following. Take 7 seeds of alligator pepper. We call it atakui. In your left hand, this is the full one, but when you break it, you take the 7 seed out of it. The left hand receives from the spirit world. Face east, the direction of sunrise, the direction of the beginning. Say aloud in whatever tongue your ancestors first spoke. The name you knew, your father's name, your mother's name, your grandparents' name. If you do not know them, say, I call those who came before me. I do not know all of your names, but I carry your blood and I'm asking for your guidance. Then eat the 7 seeds one by one. Then pour clean water on the ground outside your door. not inside, outside. You are opening the path, not the house. Do this for 7 mornings. On the 7th morning, add a white cloth placed at your threshold before sunrise. This is not a complete ritual. This is a signal. A flag raised so that your ancestors can see you are seeking reconnection. After this, seek proper guidance from someone with lineage in your tradition. In our ancestral tradition, the force does not abandon the one who returns with humility. A ritual performed in ignorance is not protected by sincerity, but a return made in humility is always heard. Your ancestors have not left you. They are waiting for you to call them correctly. Hamgidi, Hamgidi. If you know someone who has performed a ritual and felt things got worse, share this video with them. You may be the messenger your ancestors sent. Don't forget to like and subscribe to African Ancestral Wisdom for deep dives into spirits that govern our lives. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt a ritual work against you? Let's create a community of knowledge.